Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of my podcast, Don't Rush Me by me, Rashmi. In this season, I'm really talking about public relations. It's an aspect of my life today. It's no longer a profession. It's not just something I do for a living, it's something I'm really passionate about. And that's why it's been fun to actually host this entire season and talk about the basics of PR. We've spoken about how PR is really about content, media, and logistics. What happens behind the scenes, how one really reads the papers, how one really understands things and plans the PR for their clients. But the question I get asked quite often, whether I'm taking a session of students or I'm meeting some people who really want to get into the field of public relations, is what are the things that I need to be a good public relations professional? Public relations, like I said in the first episode, is about building that credible brand identity. It's where you get organic editorial media opportunities for your clients through different PR tools. So, for that kind of a field, what is that you actually need? I often meet people who say, I love talking, I love writing, I love meeting people. And that's why I feel PR is a good choice for me. It is. I'm not here to say otherwise. It definitely is. If you like meeting people and if you like writing, if you enjoy talking. But communication, especially in the professional sphere, is about talking and listening. In fact, as a peer professional, you will have to listen more than talk because when you listen intently, you understand what is that the client really wants to convey. What are their pain points? How can my communication plan, my communication PR tools that I have, how can it help the client? So if you're somebody who enjoys going out there and talking, just think that do you also like listening? Because if you do, then public relations is for you. If you like writing, then it definitely is for you. And if you like meeting people, because public relations is all about relations, it's definitely for you. So the basic skills that you need really is the art of communication, where you talk and you listen, where you understand, and then you deliver something that helps the client build that credible image. And meeting people, because you've got to meet the media, you've got to meet people at events, you've got to meet clients, you've got to meet the people that you work with. So if you like that, public relations is again a place for you. And if you're somebody who, like me, is an omnivert, who for their profession is very extroverted, but otherwise a very introverted person, this profession is for you too. But it's not for you if you really like to be majorly with yourself and don't really like to communicate too much, talk very less, or listen more. You need to have that balance where you're talking and listening in equal measures, where you like meeting people and where you like finding solutions through these meetings and through these communications. PR then is for you. Then how do you really go about and build a career in that? Today you have many courses in PR. Take up those courses, whether it's in your bachelor's or your master's. Learn the basic skills. Of course, you can learn on the job, but today, when the job market is filled with people who are either doing their bachelor's or master's in public relations, then the employer decides to give that chance to somebody who already knows those basic skills. So go out there and get those basic skills. Once you have got that, go out there and do your internships, learn on the job. Because PR really is largely a very dynamic field where things change every day. We live in a world where things change every day, and the public relations professional really operates in that world. So, yes, get your basic education, but go ahead and see how it really works out there. PR is seen as one of the toughest careers that one knows of, and it's for a reason because things change so fast. You have to adapt so quickly, you have to understand things so quickly, and it is the service industry. So, your service has to be top notch. So, for that, get those basic skills and go out there and get that experience on ground. So, what then? One, of course, your general personality, your nature, of being a communicator, of meeting people, of understanding what things are happening, something that you enjoy, something that you love. That's a basic thing. The second is the education that you can take, whether it's your bachelor's or master's. Then, what then is the toughest thing? Think over it. If you have resilience, because a public relations person needs to have that in ample quantity. You cannot pick up the phone on a journalist and expect that they will take your story. I do remember so many people who, when start off in PR, they say that, we can't take this, we've been talking to so many people, it's not cracking, I don't know what to do. When you're somebody who has resilience and says, if path A, I'm sorry, doesn't work out, path B, path C, path D, till point Z, I will try all of those and I'll figure that out. That is what a PR person is all about, of figuring out things, of figuring out what content will appeal to which media. Is there some event that my client can go which will make sense? Is there some award that they can participate in? And now, as PR is evolving, where you're looking at the digital world, you're looking at the social media, you're looking at different aspects that are out there. A PR person, besides being really resilient, will have to be somebody who's very adaptable, who understands that the format has changed or how stories go out. So then, how do I really go out and speak about that? Thinking on your feet, understanding the situation, understanding what you're seeing, and delivering rightfully to your clients is something that you would have to do as a public relations person day in, day out. And because it is a service industry, sometimes your clients will like the work, sometimes they won't like. How do you take that no in a constructive manner and turn that into a yes is what will determine how long you will be in this industry and how you will go about really growing in this industry. You also have to be somebody who's mindful of relations. You have to be careful. Nobody's junior, nobody's senior, nobody is that, they don't really give me business or they don't really come in my line of work. It's all relations. You keep it intact because this entire field of public relations, especially in India, is very, very tight knit. We all know each other, everybody knows each other, everybody is in touch. So you need to keep all those relations, not because they're a burden or because it's so difficult for you to maintain it, but you keep relations because this is a business of relations. So if you're looking for a career in PR, I urge you to look inwards and see, do I really have this natural inclination to go and talk, go and meet people, really network and do all those things? Am I somebody who can go out there and get the basics through my education? And more important, do I have the strength, the resilience, the perseverance to stick around and see the possible in the impossible? Because that is what sets a public relations person separate from every other profession out there. Just the grit of it. Do you like understanding what's happening in the world? You have an opinion, you have a say on things, you are curious, you're somebody who really wants to get more knowledge. Because as you grow in this field, what you will do is, besides, of course, implementing, because implementing and operations will always be a critical part of who you are as a public relations professional. But what will also grow is your viewpoint of how you think and now how you see the different forms of communication are changing and how you can tailor your PR strategies for that. So think over all of this. Seek out mentors in this field. There are most of us who finish 15, 20 years in the field. Reach out to them. Most of them are willing to lead you, to guide you, to show you the way. But the work will be yours. You'll have to put in that work. You'll have to give those many hours. You'll have to understand the basics of the profession and then build on. So, for all of those who are looking at joining the field of public relations, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Public relations in India is just about starting. Where there's so much noise around, there's so much noise through advertising, through digital marketing, everything which is required and which is of essence to any brand or to personality. It is PR that will build the credibility. So after having spent 20 plus years, I can tell you with assurance that we're just about starting. And there's lots that one can do in PR because PR is very, very beneficial to brands and to personalities in building their credible image. So, most welcome. Please come. We're very happy if this field grows. This field is now part of who I am. And we're more than happy to guide you, to help you out with anything that you need to learn this craft, because this truly is a craft and you can learn it and you can build it and be a really good PR professional who builds narratives for brands and for personalities. And on that note, I'll take your leave and meet you in the next episode where we will speak about how PR now plays an important role in crisis communication. I'll see you then in episode 5. And for now, I request you, as always, to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you so much for your time today. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to guide anyone who wants to enter this wonderful field of public relations. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day, everyone.